Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Ash, and this is my submission to the year-long jam, which is called the Lockup. I am picking up just where I left off last time. It's been about a week, and my development cadence has been just like 30 to 40 minutes per week on this game. But I wanted to kind of make it super clear that you can achieve this stuff with just a few minutes a week. That way you protect yourself from burnout, you're kinder to yourself, you forgive yourself for not spending as much time on the development of your project. Some of you guys have super ambitious projects that blow this concept just completely out of the water. And that is totally fine. Love to see that. But you know, not everybody has the time. Not everybody is making the time to devote to one project. You might have several things going on. Me, I've got videos to make. I've got board games to unbox. I've got channels to manage. I've got Discords to manage. I've got to try to figure out how to balance all this with family time and my full day job. So I don't always have enough time to really dig into stuff. And I've got a bunch of other creative projects that I'm working on too. So I really just painted myself into a corner. And while I'm doing that, I'm painting other things, painting miniature houses, figuratively, not literally, because I'm painting myself into corners in those too. But anyways, let's get to the actual development now and stop blabbing. I had the idea of testing this concept, put a bunch of these doors out, and then I want to, actually, I don't want to do that. I'm still making my template door, okay? And being that it's a template door, I'm going to put it like up. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll make a special room. Don't be afraid to do this. Don't be afraid to, if you're going to have like a first person view in your game, don't be afraid to grab a section that's going to be hidden from the player, like so, actually like so. Bop, 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 bop. Maybe not that far down. Bop, bop, bop. Bop. Oops. Select by elevation, please. Love that feature. There we go. It would bother me if it wasn't the same elevation as the other. Oh, and it's not. It's actually too high. Bop. There we go. Now it's the same elevation. No, it's not. What, isn't it? What happened? What happened? Let's... Done. Yeah, okay, it is. Sorry, I got hung up there on that very minor detail. That's going to be the room where I put my events. And you can do this with entire maps if you want. If you have like a third person and you don't want to put a room in that's just going to have a bunch of events for you to copy and paste, you can go make a completely new map if you're using an engine like SGB or Bakin or any of the RPG makers. And you can just throw the map down, default map, go here and put your events here. And then they'll be in an easy spot for you to, copy and paste and just fill that with grass because it makes more sense that way. I'm not going to use the map, the extra map. I'm going to use the same map since it's a first-person game and these things would be like right here. But I'm going to go ahead and go to my event settings. The reason that I'm doing this is because I need to change an actual variable. That's going to be not you, variable box. Here you are. Going to change an actual variable. It's the first variable and probably the most important one. And we're going to call it doors closed. That's the name of the variable. Let's go ahead and make it one word. It's a global. It's not a local variable. A normal variable is a global in this context because it can be accessed by other events. And what's going to happen is we're going to add one to that. So the local switch is going to keep this event from allowing us to take advantage of this and adding to it ad infinitum. But the idea here is that we will be able to track how many doors we have closed in total. And this is going to actually dictate the progress, not just us knowing our own progress. We're not going to have doors all together like this in this game. They're going to be stretched out a lot more. But it's going to trigger certain events like when we get calls saying, now you have to go to the east side or whatever in your security mission. So we're going to put an event that is a common event, and you can actually do the exact same thing with your events. You can place them in your little room that's inaccessible. This one is an automatically start, synchronize, and repeat. And we are going to have a image, display text on screen as image, my bad, delete. I've got two trigger happy, display text. I'm feeling the pressure. I'm feeling the pressure of, I only have so much time, but I have like half an hour and I can do this. And we're going to go ahead and put the doors closed variable on this screen. And I always kind of forget how to do this. We have like this yen symbol, but I don't think we have to use the yen symbol. I think we can use a backslash. So I am going to do that. Pretty sure it's a backslash. Oh, that creates the yen symbol. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Now, for whatever reason, when you use Smile Game Builder and you type a backslash, not a forward slash, but a back, you'll get that yen symbol. But that's just a text display thing in the context of typing in these boxes. It is an escape code, an escape character that allows you to display the contents of variables. In this case, we're going to display the contents of this variable 0. At least that's the idea. Let's see if it actually works. We'll make the start point outside and then we will play test our game. I'm going to get rid of this nameless map because it's just noise. It's just going to distract me. Play test, and we're working with minimal distractions. I also need to create a common event that places my character in first person mode by default. Doors closed is set to 0. Doors closed is now 1. Check that out. Works perfectly. Works like a charm. That's amazing. Okay. So me when I do the simplest thing. That's amazing. So this is definitely the door that we want. This is our common event. I would like for it to be very clear what this is. So we're going to put some text in here. It's just a note. This common event tracks how many doors are open. And we're going to have a check, an event switch. If normal switch 0, which is nameless, but we are going to change the name of that to debug mode, is on. Okay, and then I'm going to put down a character who will allow us to, do I want to do a character that we talk to turn on debug mode? But Ash, just go ahead and make it on by default. I don't want to do that. I don't think that's good practice. But I don't really think it's good practice to do it the other way either. We'll just go ahead and we'll put an NPC down for now that can turn on debug mode. We'll just put her down here, use one of these schoolgirls who will just be waiting. Now we'll use this person right here. I like the look of her. Debug mode on. When you answer yes, I don't really care. Let's go to the advanced event. Yep. We don't want that event panel. We don't want this event panel. We're going to replace them with event panels that change switches. Switch, that's light bulb. Event switch. Debug mode will turn on. Copy that, paste it here. You have to click right on the plus sign to paste it. That turns debug mode off, apply, and OK. Now we are going to test play again because we test play every single little thing. We make sure our systems work as we are playing. Debug mode on, yes. Now doors closed is something that's on. We can turn debug mode off, and oh, it did not erase the text. That's why we do tests. That's why we do them, because that is a constantly on switch. No, not constantly. It's constantly running event. And after it places the text on the screen for the first time, that is a static event. So when you go in to turn the cause of the placement of the text to update, it doesn't update, but the text stays on the screen because there's nothing that told it to take it off the screen. So now we go and we delete displayed image 1, and we don't fade it out. We just hit OK. Go ahead and turn her around so she's facing the player, and then we will save the file and playtest again. It's important that we get this done because she's just going to get dropped off in that room of debug stuff when I'm done with her. Do I want it on? Yes. Doors closed. And now that's that. Debug mode off. Nope, didn't work. Wonder why that didn't work. The text is still there. It's image display number 0. Is that the one that I had turned on? Yeah, image display number 0. Change the yes and no to on and off whenever she asks me. I think I know what happened, but we're gonna see real quick. Go ahead and close the door. It updates, talk to her again. Debug mode on, off, please. Stays on the screen, drives me nuts. Doesn't update. Debug mode has to be on. That is a normal switch. I know that it was a normal switch that I changed. So we're gonna do this a little bit differently. We're gonna delete, or actually cut, the delete displayed image. I say okay to that, go back to my debug mode, go ahead, make another page, add the condition. If the event switch debug mode is off, automatically synchronized and repeated, then delete image 0. Kind of a waste of time, but at this point my pride is egging me on. It's saying you gotta figure this out, Ash. Debug mode on, door closed 1. Debug mode off. There we go. There we go. Now that should read 2 when I turn it back on. Is that correct? It's correct. That's all correct. We're good to go. Okay, so we have our 2 characters because this is actually going to be a character in the game. She's not going to be a debug mode function, but she is going to be a character that you can interact with, who's going to call you. There's going to be some voice acting in the game. I'm going to play the voice of the main character here, and I'm going to have to enlist some help for her voice, but I need for the 2 voices to play off one another and to convey a sense of importance and security and danger. And just to make a little bit more relevant this map, I am going to go ahead and put, I don't think that's actually helpful. I'm going to go ahead and take these doors and move them further apart. They are not exactly in a realistic place, but the game itself, you know, it's not just going to be going around and it is going to be going around and shutting doors, but every so many doors, she will remotely, because she works in the office, the control room, unlock a door for you to go through and close behind you, because this is a very high security place. And when she does that, you will be able to lock doors in the next section. Riveting, I know. I think also I would like very much for your character to be able to go outside and lock other things. So I might go ahead and take and develop a quarter of this map, or like a little bit less, to be, yeah, I think I am going to do that. That sounds like a fantastic idea. I don't really want to do a second map though. I don't think. Ooh, I could eventually do all the adjacent outside areas though. I could do that. I could place these doors in such a way that they mimic the outside area. I'm going to do that. That sounds amazing. We're going to copy this map and we're going to paste it. I got something going on in my head right now. Don't worry about it. We're going to not zoom away too much. And then we don't need this stuff on the inside, because we are actually going to be on the outside. And that makes sense only if I make this map bigger. Well, stop that. So to do that, we're going to go to the settings, and then we're going to increase the map size. This time, I go 200, that's going to, it's going to put it there. Now we need to move the map. So it'll move the entire map 1 block this way, right? Yes. We added 25, so I think we add 12, 2, 3. That's going to take forever. 4. Oh yeah, that's going to take forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move the camera so I can see. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not quite. It was 25 spaces actually I needed to move this, because I added 50 to each dimension. Whoops. Okay, maybe I would lag a little bit less if I went ahead and just poured grass all over. Got rid of the animated tile. There we go. That seems like it might actually help out a bit. Okay, it's roughly in the center. And now when my character goes outside, they'll have this entire outdoor map to navigate, testing some of the doors. I do want there to be a section of the game where you're forced outside, and then you've got to run around the building until you find the way to get back in. Oh God, that ground is like way down there compared to where I made the interior of the building. It's okay though, because it kind of gives you a grand sense of scale. It tells you that this building is huge, and it should be bigger than its interior restrictions suggest. I might even do like a second floor of just offices, but I don't know just yet. I want to see kind of where it goes from here. So I have the second map just in case I need it, but it'll be the part that takes place entirely outside. And we're going to put a bunch of concrete all around this. So actually, I need to go into the man-made assets. And these are like classics. I need G-style man-made, please. And I need to get concrete. And I need to just go ahead and ploop the concrete everywhere. Yep. And then we're going to take fences and we'll add them out here as well. But for now, this is going to be off limits, inaccessible. You're not going to be able to do anything with that. So at this point, we have the mechanics down in the most basic of ways. And I think what I'm going to do is just to make it completely legitimate that these doors are necessary They're necessary for the progress of the game. I'm actually going to put them back together, and I'm going to have it where once you have participated in the test experience by opening all of them, a fourth door will go ahead and open for you. So we're going to go ahead and raise this up, bump, 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 and then we'll raise this up, bump, 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 and then we'll close this gap off, bump, 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 and then we will have another door. We're going to go ahead and copy this door. We're going to paste it here, and then we're going to copy this door. We're going to paste it here. These are events that we're copying, by the way. So we need to go into the event settings. We don't want these doors to plant you where the old doors do, because they will. They'll plant you in the old location. Instead, the new door is going to plant you there. That's the new interior. And then this door is going to plant you on the inside of that right here. Okay. And for the event settings, when you talk here, we're going to have a choice happen. We're checking an event switch. Actually, we're checking a variable box. And the variable box is if doors closed equals 4, yes, then we're going to have a message. The message is going to say, you've closed 4 doors, so I'll unlock this door for you. Please continue. Just going to keep the message super simple. We're going to copy that message. We're going to paste it on the no track, and we're going to say, please secure 4 doors to leave this area. And now we're going to take all this and paste it right inside that loop. So we'll go back here. Nope. Double click. Grab all this, cut, and then paste it right there. Go back to our panel view. Looks perfect. We're going to go ahead and apply. Okay. And we are going to play test one more time before I call this good and go ahead and export it as a submission to the jam. It's not going to get its own playthrough video. You've already seen it get played. Oh, I need to start us off in there, actually. So we're going to test the door here now. Okay. Please secure 4 doors to leave this area. All right. Close those. Definitely going to change. Please continue. Awesome. And that leads us back through here. And in the full game, we're not going to be allowed to go back. We're going to close doors unless we have to. Something will cause us to have to go back. I haven't explained completely what this game is about. It's got a story, but for now, we're going to put ourselves right here, make that the start point, and then we are going to save it. And I think we're good. We're going to go ahead and export this. So it's just been 26 minutes, but I think we're going to omit the unused. We're not going to change the icon. Export that bad boy. Then it's going to ask us for a save location. This is how easy deployment is in Smile Game Builder. You just click one button, you go to the menu and you click export. That's it. Now you're waiting. I have done this a number of times in Smile Game Builder. So exporting has been done successfully. We have an opportunity to see our folder, Lockup Pub. We are going to send this to we're going to 7-zip it actually, add it to an archive, and we're going to call this archive the Lockup version 0.01. And I think that's it. We're going to hit OK. And once that gets done zipping, which it's working on it now, we have a total file size of how big? It's only 340 megabytes in the folder. It's 1.3 megabytes, 130, 130 megabytes in the zip. We're going to go and submit this to our submission here. Title, The Lockup, version 0.01. Description, first ever submitted version. Closed doors. Classification, it's a game. It's a downloadable. It's no payments allowed. Upload the files. We go to, what was it, RPG, the Lockup right there. Open that sucker. This is a very, very short experience that is growing along with the year-long jam. This is my submission to my own hosted jam, the point of which is to empower developers so they know even with limited time, they are capable of creating an experience that allows others to see and encourage their vision. This is a work in progress. Once you've secured 4 doors and go through the last door, that's the end of version 0.01. Enjoy walking around a huge empty space afterwards. Make it very clear. No tags, no download and install instructions, none of that. Just go ahead and save and view the page. We're not going to fancy up the page at all. I have no reason for that. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my draft. They're going to make it public and we're going to save it. Excuse me. And then we are going to go back to the jam to submit the project. It's a little weird to do it that way, but the lockup, there you are at the very bottom. I read the rules and I'm not submitting an unsolicited game. Yeah, submit. Your project has been submitted. There we go. And now if we see all submissions, at this time we've got 3 submissions. So that's it. 4 minutes to spare. I've got my stuff done. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next devlog. Until then, have a great rest of your day and go check out the jam. Go read the rules. Consider joining. Bye for now, guys. Bye for now.